Good morning, Lakeside. How you doing? I asked you this before, but I'm gonna ask it again. Okay. I'm very, 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 very happy to be here. I'm feel at home. So thank you for the opportunity to share the words, the things that God has spoken with me. I'm gonna do a lot of mistakes. This is the first time that I'm doing here at the morning. So thank you for the trust. And thank you, John. I know that John is watching right now. So thank you for trust me the this space that is so important. And that's one of the things that I love share about the word of the Lord. So I was yesterday, I was talking with Ashley. Ashley's downstairs. Yeah. I was talking to her about how it is special restart this feeling of preaching for the first time. That's very special. This nervous. I think this connects us with the dependence that we have to have from the Lord. So I was preparing this uh, sermon during this week, and I was thinking about what Carm brought to us in the last Sunday. That was we have to be strong and courageous, and do not be afraid. And was a challenge for me because this was not an easy week for me. I been through a lot of challenges. My wife know that. My car broke yesterday. No, Friday. A lot of things start to happen. And I was like, God, how can I preach about be brave? How can I preach about not having afraid if these waves are bigger and bigger and bigger? How can I say, how can I stand in front of the church that welcome me so well and say, do not be afraid if I am so full of this feeling of uncertainty, afraid. And I start to sing a song, a specific song. And during my entire week, I sing or sang this song. I don't know about you, but I have this thing that put a soundtrack in some moments in my life. My memory is not good. If you send me a message, I sometimes respond to you in my mind, and I forget to answer. Carm knows that. Rachel knows that. My memory is not good, so I try to put songs to remind me these special moments of my life. When I propose Isis, I dance a song for her, a Backstreet Boys song, because she was a huge fan of Backstreet Boys. So I did a video dancing "You Are." Has a video of that. I'm not gonna repeat here. Maybe she can show you the video. She can release the video. But every time that I hear a song from Backstreet Boys, I remember my wife. She has a very good taste, right? She chose me. She has a good taste. You have to believe this, okay? So music helped me to remind, and music brings me to my childhood, to my teenage years. Music remind me weird moments, good moments, embarrassing moments, funny moments, and bad moments. Because bad moments sometimes ask for a soundtrack, right? Yeah. Have you ever been dumped? Yeah, in Brazil, we have a lot of music for this moment. And you cry. Bad moments also can have a playlist. And the songs help me to remind some uh, reaffirmations, help me to believe in what I'm singing. Do you know the book of Psalms? It's a lot of songs, right? It's songs that help us to believe in what we are singing. And during this week, I started to sing the Sparrow song. And the Spirit of the Lord brought me to this test. And I want to read with you what it is in Luke chapter 12, verse 4 to verse 5. It's a small pericope, it's a small test. Luke 12, verse 4 to verse 5. It says, do not be afraid of those who kill the body, and after that can do no more. But I will show you whom you should fear. Fear him who, after your body has been killed, has the authority to throw you in hell. Can you help me? No, no. Okay. Yeah, I lost the paper. That's not a problem. Let's open the Bible. It's better, right? Luke 12, 4 and 5. I read the 4. The 5 says, but I will show you whom you should fear. Fear him who, after he has killed, has power to cast into hell. Yes, I say to you, fear him. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 copper coins, and not one of them is forgotten before God? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not fear, therefore, you are more valuable than many sparrows. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to read your word. Thank you because you pay attention in our fear, in our insecure moments. Thank you because you pay attention in every detail of us. Thank you because you're a good God. Thank you because we are not alone. We are not forgotten. Please, in this moment, I ask to you, please speak louder than my voice, speak better than my English, speak to our hearts in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. So, everyone is afraid. You agree with me? You have afraid something. You can say me, oh, I fear nothing. My kids, they say this to me, but they are 4 and 7. Theodoro, I was talking with him and he was like, Dad, I don't fear anything. And I was like, and darkness. And he was, oh, okay, I fear darkness. And a lion. And yeah, okay, I fear a lion. And a snake. And, okay, I fear that. So baby, you fear a lot of things. Because in our lives, we're going through some challenging things, challenging moments. Some waves, as I said, some waves are too scary. Some monsters are too hard to deal with. And everybody has a problem in life. Everybody has problems in life. You not gonna live a period too long in your life without any problem. That's part of the life. We face challenge. Jesus says that in the world we have troubles, but we have to trust in him. Now, how can we trust if we are so afraid of the things? So the test here in Luke, Jesus is speaking with his friend and he's giving us to advice. And the first thing that we can see on the Bible is have no fear. Do not feel afraid of things. How can we not feel afraid if we have so many fears? If fear is something that it is important for our survivors, right? It's evolutionary skill to you not burn your hand on fire, right? To you do not jump from a building. Fear is something to defend you. And sometimes you can say fear is something natural. We come with a lot of fears from our evolutionary things. We're born with a lot of fears. But I was looking for this idea of fear and start to study. And I heard that we only born the little babies. Some Chicago scientists, they develop a research and they discovered that babies only comes with 2 kind of fears in common, in general. That it is a fear of fall. They have a reaction, an image reaction for fall, for loud noise. But all the other fears, okay, that's a little. All the other fears are learned during your life. 2 bad experiences into traumas. So if you say, no, 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 I'm born with the fear of snakes. No, cats born with fear of snakes. You don't know that? If you put a snake, your cat gonna go crazy. Even a cucumber. If you throw a cucumber, the cat's go crazy. Yeah, it's serious. No, 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 not kidding. No, no, man. Okay, so Our kids, they come with this.
Is this
This is
is this okay?
they put some.
Don't touch it.
Oh,
Don't touch. No, don't touch it.
and look how they're afraid of this.
They don't seem that concerned at all, which is concerning me.
I know, it's unbelievable to see, isn't it?
Our infants aren't fussed about the snakes at all.
The toy.
They're far more interested in their toys. In fact, psychologists believe that along with heights, there's only one other fear that appears.
The question becomes, what have you learned to fear? Which bad experience do you facing through that make you start to be afraid? Make you feel this uncertainty feeling? Because fear is not a problem, but when the fear stops you, freezes you, and impel you to do the right thing or anything, when the fear it is able to freeze you, that's the problem. Because the fear cannot be bigger than what you have to do in your life. So I start to looking for the more regular fears, and the second one is mine. I'm sort of this acrophobia, but the first one that the most I'm at home. I feel this. The most common fear is glossophobia. That it is fear of public speaking. The second one is fear of heights. The third one is arachnophobia. It is fear of spider. And the last one is claustrophobia. It's fear of confined space. What is your fear? I want to hear you. What is your fear? My wife fear cockroach. She go crazy. What do you fear? I want to hear you. Snakes. Spiders. Oh, spider. I don't like spider either. Yeah? Okay, so now I'm gonna challenge you to see if your etymology are good. Okay, if you can discover which one it is this fear. Electorophobia. What do you think it is? Electorophobia. What do you think it is? Electorophobia. Let's go. Fear of phobia. Phobia is fear. Okay, phobia is fear. Every word gonna finish with phobia. The phobia is fear of. Electorophobia. What do you think? Elector, like shock. Here in Canada, I took a lot of shocks. I don't know why. Do you know any secrets to not having shocks all the time? Here in Canada, I fear bears. That's normal, right? Okay, electorophobia is fear of chicken. No, Gianna is not here, right? Who has chicken at home? I don't feel chicken, but this chicken, she has like an angry eyes, right? Sometimes they could be dangerous. I don't know. The second one is hafephobia. Raphephobia. What do you think is hafephobia? Is fear from half? No, no. What do you think is hafephobia? I want to hear you. Try. Hafephobia. Huh? Sleep. My Theodora don't like to sleep. He has fear of sleep, but it's not it. What do you think it is? No, nothing. Hafephobia is the fear of hugs. I don't have this fear. Do you know that? No, just kidding. Another one. Masculophobia. What do you think is masculophobia? Fear of masks. Something like this. Okay. Almost. Masculophobia is fear of people in costumes. I don't judge because I fear clowns. Clowns could be very scary, but Pluto looks nice, right? But some people could be very afraid of. Yeah, Plutophobia is not fear of Pluto. Plutophobia is fear of becoming rich, guys. Who has this fear here? I'm looking for it and I didn't find any fear of become poor. That should exist. Yeah. So the next one is electorophobia. No. Are you coming back? What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay. This one is hippopotamonstrossoes que pedalaiofobia. Do you know what it is? That's one of my favorites. This is fear of long words. And the irony is so good. It's so good, this one. I really like this one. And the last one. The last one is anatidaephobia. What do you think it is, anatidaephobia? No, 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 no one? It is almost like the chicken, but with ducks. But it's more specific because anatidaephobia is the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. I think it's very specific, right? Like, look at the window. Look at the window. No, 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 just kidding. There's no duck over there. But like a spy duck. We can laugh a little because it's, yeah, no, 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 it is. Yeah, yeah, and maybe for you, it could be funny. But imagine for a person that developed this kind of situation, how problematic this is. Because we laugh a lot because, but fear could be a really serious problem, something very heavy to deal with. Some people suffer because of these fears. So this big fear that we have to deal every day that terrifies us is the fears of our problems. I fear my problems. I fear the things that take my sleep away. I fear these kind of things. And for those things, Jesus start this sentence saying, my friends, do not fear. But he do not say, do not feel afraid at all. Never feel never experience the feeling of afraid. No. What Jesus says here is, my friend, do not be afraid of those who kills the body. And after that have no more that they can do. But I will show you whom you should fear. So fear is not a bad thing. Fear is part of the life. What Jesus is saying to us here is not feel the fear, but it's who you have to fear. Not feel the one who can kills you. Because I don't know if you noticed, but all the fears that we have inside of us, it's the same fear. It's the fear of death. You don't feel the high, you don't fear the high. You don't have afraid of heights because the build, it's, I don't know, you fear fall and die. You don't feel the snake because it's ugly. You don't feel fear. Yeah. You don't fear the spider because she has, you fear the death that can come with. So every fear is the fear of death. Jesus started this moment telling us, do not fear the one who can kill you. Do not fear do not fear the things that can kill you. Please learn how to put your fear in the right place. If you have to fear something, be far from God. If you have to fear something, fear the sin, the possibility of hurt, the one can provide you eternal life. Sometimes we have a lot of afraid of things that can kill us, and we don't trust that after this life, we're going to have another life with God. Last Sunday, Khan brought to us that situation with Jim Green. I experienced. He talked that conversation with me. He looked at me in my eyes. I don't know if he did it with you too, but he looked at me and he said to me, Pastor Tiago, I'm not afraid because it's a win-win. If I die, and he was like facing a giant wave, something that could put all us in afraid. He told me, if I die, I'm gonna meet my father. I'm gonna be with my father. I'm gonna be in my father's house. I'm gonna return to my place. So I'm happy because the death could not be the end of anything. And I know it's sad deal with the idea of that. We don't think about that. But that It's not the end of anything for who those believe that we live when we meet Jesus, our Father. So, I prepare for you here 3 reasons to not be afraid. I'm not saying that you're gonna never more feel afraid, but I'm saying that this test, in this situation, Jesus helped us to relax and looking for something called peace. And peace, I really like peace because peace is something that we cannot pretend. You can say to others that you're feeling peace, but if you are not experiencing peace, you cannot pretend for yourself. You cannot buy peace in a drugstore like in a pill. Peace is something very strong. So when you when you are in front of a big wave and the wind is like scaring you and you are facing a big problem, remember those 3 things. The first is Jesus start this test calling you servant, right? No, calling you my student, right? No, he calls you friend. So the first thing it is when you get terrified by fear and you could not be able to sing anything, even the song of the sparrow, remember that God's incarnate Jesus calls you friend. When we were kids, my my kids, they are like this. They go to the playground and they come back to me like, Daddy, I met this my new best friend. We're gonna be friends forever. He's gonna sleep in our house today. And I'm like, no, not. Because every kid is like friend, right? But the timing going, passing through, and some bad experience happen, you disappoint and someone broke your heart, and you start to be cautious about who you call friends, and suddenly a room full of people become like a palm of your hand with 5, with 4, with 3, because friend become a very serious word, right? Important word. Because friend is that one who helps you in the middle of the situation, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the week. Friend is someone that you can count on. Friend is something. It is not any word. And even though for that time, Jesus used the word phileo, that's my beloved friend, someone that I have a relationship, someone that I want to call friend. If you are feeling alone, facing through a difficult moment, I want to say the first thing that you can do, it is remember that Jesus want to call you friend. He don't call you a stranger, a person, a creature. He calls you friend. And if you think that you don't have any friend, not even for one hand, Jesus want to call you friend. The second thing that I want to say to you, to give you reason to sing a song, the Sparrow, to believe that your fear cannot kill you. It is because you have hair. Some. It's not. It's not me. It's Jesus. Verse 7. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do you know what means the word subtizing? Pastor Tiago, he's Brazilian. He don't understand the English much. He's making new words. No, subtizing, it is the ability of do you instantly see a group of things and say how many things without counting. You got you? Okay, I'm gonna test this with you. Okay, so I'm very fun guy. That's why. So we're gonna play another game. That it is. I'm gonna show a number of birds, and you're gonna have to tell me how many birds I'm showing to you without thinking. The faster you can. Okay? Very loud. 1, 2, 3, and good. Very good. Kids of 3 years old can do it. You're very good. Again. 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 Uh, uh. When you're facing, that doesn't matter. Just to prove my point that we cannot count more than 6. Some scientists say 4. Some scientists say 7. 6 is like in the middle because we are limited, and we are talking about the God. Jesus is talking to you that is facing through difficult moments, things that scares you, that we serve, and we have a relationship with a God that looks to you and say 142,921. A God that looks to you and he say 98,122. A God who looks calm and says, I want to call you friend. I want to talk about the God who loves us so deeply that he knows you. Not only how many hairs do you have in your head. That's something that I start to do. In the middle of my problems, with my car broken, in the middle of the way, I start to pass my hand through my hairs and I start to say, Jesus, I don't even can count how many hairs I have in my head. But you know me. Not only how I look, not only what I have in me, but do you know my situation? Do you know what I'm living, what I'm passing through? Do you know what happened in my life in this moment, right now? You know me. You call me friend. You know every blood cell that I have in my veins. Do you know me? And sometimes we feel that we are invisible. Friday, we were talking with the youth about how we become proficient in hide ourselves and put masks and pretend that we are different persons. When we are kids, I talk a lot about my kids here because they are very important for me. Kids do not know how to play hide and seek. Leo is 4 years old. And sometimes he's like, Daddy, can you play hide and seek with me? And I, yes, let's play. And he goes like, and I have to pretend that I'm not seeing him. And I have to do like, okay, where is Leonardo? Oh, he's under the table. No. At some point, he get bored and he do like, Dad, I'm right here. Look at me. Because when we are kids, we wanna be founded. We wanna be seen. My favorite name for God in Bible is Elroy, because Elroy means the God who sees you. I think this is very special. Elroy is the God who sees you. We're talking about a God that more than see you, knows you and cares about you. And the last thing I told you that I'm gonna give you three reasons to sing the song of hope, to sing the song of trust, to remind the Carm's word last week and be able to repeat what is in that whiteboard over there. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged. For the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. The last argument that I have to you through this text, it is because the sparrow is not forgotten. So Jesus says, I'm not are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 copper coins, and not one of them is forgotten by God. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 29, Jesus says, are not two sparrows sold for a penny? So here, Jesus is saying to us, are not five sparrows sold for a penny, for 2 pennies? And in Matthew's, he's saying that are not two sparrows sold for a penny. Okay. Someone has a penny here, like 1 cent. Nobody has 1 cent in the pocket. No woman that not exists. That's something from America. What is the smallest? The 5. Someone has a nickel. Someone has 5 cents. Sorry. Should be you, Shelly. Thank you. You always help me, Shelly. So okay, 5 cents. Shelly, I'm gonna keep this from you, okay? I'm gonna owe you 5 cents. That's a problem? Are you giving to me? Really? Why? Oh, sorry. I can have it? Why? Because it's not much, right? It's not important. So we read in Matthew that a sparrow, how do you say cost? The value cost. The sparrow costs 1 penny. It's less than this. It's less than 5 cents. And here in our text in Luke, Jesus is saying that it is so cheap. Then if you buy 4 and pay 2 pennies, you receive 1 for free. You receive it 1 for nothing. So when every time that the word of the Lord choose talk about the sparrow, and the Bible says about the sparrow more than 40 times. I think it is a lot about this specific word, sparrow. Every time that the Bible choose talk about this, the Bible is telling us about something that not worth much, something that has no value, something that you can have it for free. On the Jesus time, in the marketplace, the birds they give as a very cheap thing, like a change, is the sparrow. It's for the hungers, for the ones that don't have money to buy good things. The sparrow, it is the things that worth nothing for the Bible. And some Bible students, the theologists, students, some of them that translate the Bible, they say that this word is wrong. It is not a sparrow. They say that it is a bird. The word in Greek, it is strucho. Strucho. Strucho is the word for sparrow that some Bibles can translate as a small bird. Any Bible here, anyone has a Bible here, and a version that say small bird instead sparrow? That's why, and I want to bring to you what it is in Psalm 102 verse 7 that says, I lie awake and I have become like a sparrow alone on the roof. If you had the opportunity to read all the Psalm 120, 102, you're going to see that it is a very sad and scary singer, because a psalm is a song, right? It's someone that's singing something very sad. It says, I forgot to eat because my soul is so sad right now. I'm feeling so scary that I feel like a sparrow alone on a roof. And these translators of the Bible, they debate about this word structure, because it is not something usual for a sparrow being alone, because sparrow, it is a kind of bird that never goes alone. They goes to a flock of bird. I have to search this flock of bird, like a hive mind mentality. And I don't know if you ever see, but this is a sparrow. This is a small bird that always goes with his friends. And when he fly, he become like a wave, because they behave like one thing. We are talking about one animal that do not was made to be alone. But I really like this translation for the sparrow, because the sparrow that was not made to be alone, it is seen by God. Because the one who was made to not feel this feeling of loneliness, the one who not feels at home when it is alone, that animal is important for God. I told you that you should not be afraid of the things that can kill you because Jesus calls you friend, because you have hair, and because this peril is not forgotten. Sometimes we let the worries and the concerns going through our lives in such a strong ways that we forgot that God sees us. Even when we are feeling alone, even when we are feeling worthing less than a penny, even when the whole world is saying to you, you worth nothing, God is taking care of this sparrow. So he's taking care about you because you work for him. So next time that you are facing through these hard challenges, I want to invite you to remember that Jesus calls you friend, that he made your hairs and he pay attention in you. And look to the birds, look to the trees, look to the nature and how they don't concern about the things because worries wastes the wonder of knowing that God sees you. Worries wastes the wonder of knowing that you are in God's sight. I want to pray for you. I want to invite Shelly. Can you help me, Shelly? Because I want to sing for you the song that I have been singing during this whole week. And I want to invite you to think about the things that we've been talking during this time. I think that the fear are telling you that you are alone. Jesus says that he want to have your friend. He want to be your friend. If the fears whisper, no one cares, Jesus says that you worth more than many sparrows, more than many things, because he died for you. And we sing a song today that says, what was the second song? No, the soul. Huh? I'm well with my soul. He's well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Because the other things doesn't matter. If you don't have money to pay your bill, doesn't matter. If your house are not working like you wish, doesn't matter. Because your soul is what matters. You see, and if everything is well with your soul, everything is well. Because his eyes is on the sparrow. So why should I feel afraid? Why should I have this feeling of fear? Actually, Derek, the unknown could be very scary. The tomorrow that we don't know where our feet gonna fall could be concern our soul. But I want to say to you that God's know you. God's take care of your kids. God's preparing everything on the way. You don't have any reason to have fear or feel afraid because God is taking care of everything, every detail. Can you close your eyes? Can you pray in this moment? Why should I feel discouraged? And why should I shed
Rose, come. Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is a portion, a constant friend is He. If His eyes on the sparrow, so I know He watches me. If His eyes on every sparrow, so I know He watches me. And I sing because I'm happy, so I sing because I'm free. If His eye is on the sparrow, so I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, so